Hi Sabrina, good morning. I mean, just the reception of the Filipino fans, your reaction to that.
Yeah, surreal. Really exciting to be able to feel their energy in kind of just the last few days that I've been here. It's real, it's vibrant, it's powerful, and it makes me want to be better. It makes me continue wanting to pour into them. Obviously, I know their support for me is at an all-time high, and I obviously am very thankful for the fans that I have here, and just want to show a little bit of that and my appreciation for them as well.
Now Sabrina, of course, we celebrate International Women's Month. Of course, Filipinos are known for their struggle and their resilience. Can you share just a little bit top of mind story of your own and how we can relate to it?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's just been growing up. My family immigrated to the United States as well, and so kind of being able to have, that be a part of who I am. English was my second language, and so being able to grow up and kind of just learn from my parents and how hard they had to work for everything that they had in this country of, coming here. And so for me, that's kind of shaped who I am as a basketball player, of wanting to just showcase that kind of hard work, tenacity, resilience on the court, just from kind of my upbringing.
Sabrina, a lot of your shoes, they're being compared to Kobe's, and I guess just how does that feel for you, especially being so close to the Bryant family?
Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing. Obviously, it's the best sneaker, and so anytime you're able to be in that conversation is exciting. And obviously, for me, I've been excited to just be able to tell my story through my shoe, through so many colorways and different stories that we've been able to tell. And obviously, this Titan collaboration on my shoe here has been one of the most exciting that I've been able to kind of tell and learn from so much just through that shoe.
Sabrina, the reigning MVP of the volleyball league here in the Philippines, Brooke Vancic, she's also from Oregon. She mentioned that you were a big part of her career early. Can you talk about the impact you've had on athletes you've come across throughout their career, not just in basketball but in other sports as well?
Yeah, we came in together at Oregon, so it's been we were able to kind of go through that learning period together, and obviously it's just women's sports in general, and wanting to push that in any way that you can. Obviously, she played volleyball and I played basketball, but we shared an arena, so I think that's something that kind of grew us as teams together, and obviously being able to see how she's done in her career is really inspiring as well.
Sure.
Hi Sabrina, it's exciting times in the WNBA with the incoming expansion teams coming up. So how excited are you that there's going to be a team from the Bay Area as well?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Obviously, being born and raised in the Bay Area, I only went to NBA games for the Warriors, and so now knowing that this next generation of female hoopers are going to be able to go to the WNBA games as well, and hope to one day play in the WNBA because they're able to see it, I think is really important. Obviously, the community in that area is kind of at an all-time high with basketball, so I'm super excited to see how that continues to impact the community of that area.
Nice, Sabrina. Can you speak about any other role models you have, female role models you have outside of basketball and even outside of sports, who have inspired you and pushed you to, train harder and just be a better role model for everyone else?
Outside of sports?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I've had a lot in sports. I mean, I think my mom, obviously, is, I would say a lot of people's role model, and just being able to, have a strong, powerful female figure in your life and see how she's been able to maneuver. Obviously, like I said, coming into a different country and raise a family of 3 children and not really be fazed by anything. And so I think that's kind of shaped who I am as a person, of just being able to kind of take the punches and keep going.
Thank you.
So,
I have a few more questions, I think, sir. Yeah. Sabrina, we all know that the WNBA had a record season, so what do you think is the future of the WNBA from here now?
Yeah, I mean, I think expansion is a huge part of that, being able to see more teams and communities. And to be honest, I think if you'd have to ask me where we are in 5 years, I'd have no idea. I know we're going up, and that's something that we all understand, but to be able to kind of be a part of this generation of athletes that are able to push the game forward is super inspiring to me, knowing that that's always the goal when you're playing.
Sabrina, what does it mean to you seeing Filipinas, Filipino girls, being inspired by you, wanting to take a step also in women's basketball?
Yeah, it's huge for me, and I don't think I always really understand the impact that I have until you know, I'd say yesterday I showed up to the camp and to be able to see how excited and happy a lot of the young hoopers were in that area. I think some were like crying and shaking and wanting me to sign everything, and that's kind of one of those moments when you realize the impact that you have, and you know, hopefully that they felt the love that I had kind of reciprocated back to them, because that's what motivates me to keep playing, to see that kind of admiration and love that so many young athletes have for me is just continues to inspire me to want to be better for them.
Do you ever imagine yourself in this situation? You know, of course, growing up, not having too much to look up to, especially in women's basketball. There's a lot of like icons in men's basketball, but being one for women now, and you know, being able to show them what they can do. How does it, or what does it mean for you?
Yeah, it means everything. You know, I was growing up and the WNBA wasn't on TV. That's not something that I watched, you know, and I think now you're able to see a lot of these next generation of athletes who can go to games, who can watch, who can see us have signature shoes, who can see us come on Asia tours and being able to impact the next generation, and to think about those young kids and young girls who are going to grow up, that's all they know, and they're going to be able to change the world because they can see it at a really young age. And for me, that's always kind of this like pinch me moment, understanding the impact that I'm going to have, and obviously leaving the game better than I found it.
Sabrina, you've done so much in your career, like at such a young age. What else do you want to accomplish in the next coming years?
Obviously, just keep winning. It's been really exciting to see everything that has happened to me in the last few years. Kind of have to stop and smell the roses, because it's pretty crazy to think about, you know, even this last year that I've just had. But, you know, obviously I think it's just continuing to stay true to myself and who I am, impact the next generation of athletes, continue to grow the game of basketball, and hopefully win some basketball games along the way.
Sabrina, if I want to be you, what advice would you give me?
I would just say be better. I think everyone has a different story to tell. Everyone's paths are so different, but continue to feel empowered to accomplish whatever your dream is. And I think you can grow, you know, so much admiration from seeing role models and seeing people tell their stories, but I think tell yours authentically. And I think hopefully that's something you can continue to kind of empower in everyone of believing in themselves.
Last two questions, Charlie.
Sabrina, what can you say about the improvement of the coverage of women's sports and female athletes in general in recent years?
Yeah, I mean, to see how much it's grown in just such a short amount of time is exciting. We're finally getting the coverage and recognition that we deserve, and it's been fun to be able to see that shift happen so quickly, and I'm excited to see where we're headed. I think we can continue to shine light and tell stories of female athletes that some are untold and some that need to continue to be told, and you know, I'm just excited for the next, you know, few years of women's sports, because I think we're going to be able to tap into so many communities and continue to grow the game.
Last question, everyone.
Sabrina, what do you think we can emulate, at least globally, you know, from your POV, to be able to grow the game more?
I think just, you know, continue to invest and believe, and I think provide access for young kids at a really young age to go kind of believe in their dreams and want to play basketball, because they're able to go to camps. They're able to see themselves through a lot of the athletes that are able to give back in communities, and I'd say that's really been important for me in what I'm doing, you know, back in the States, but now being able to be here and continue to do tours to be able to impact different communities, different countries, and how important that is for some of the young kids in these areas.
Right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sabrina.
Sabrina. Appreciate it. Thank you.